was, you know who wanted to kill General Chiwenga. Munozviziva mese, right? Mnangagwa was 100% involved mukupoison General Chiwenga. I got the evidence from Mnina wake anonzi Joseph Rera. Mnangagwa pakavunzwa Joseph Rera kuti namkoma kwachiwenga kuchina uko kwavakaenda uko vakunzwa sei. Iwe basoni wakataura kuna Joseph Rera iwe kuti ndakapedza naye kudhara uyo ari kudzoka ari mucovid. Iwe Mnangagwa iwe, you poison Chiwenga, bullshit.
Handikuri kwaona zvakadii marege kuwabvunza kuti makwanisa nekuinda kubasa zvamauya. Ine handina shungu dzokuti vaende kubasa, ndine shungu dzoupenyu hwavo kuti vasimba, ndo shungu dzangu. Sezvo munhu abva ndeida kuti nyange vakanzi ngavaende kubasa vaibate basa padiki nepadiki vazotutsira zvavo, asi ita padiki nepadiki ndozvona. Asi ndakasungunuka ndoukangoona kuti munhu ane chiedza akachena kumeso ndinozviona. At personal level, I am extremely relieved that my brother is back and is in good health. It was something that affected me personally. Now, as the president, I'm happy that the vice president is back and is fit. I'm also very grateful.
Mhuri yeZimbabwe, kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano paZimu News update, apo patinoda kupa ma first hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So kana uri mutsva usabve pano usina kusubscribe, kulike nekushare kuitira petinenge tichiisa ma next update musazorasikirwe. So muzuva ranhasi tine ma update akasiyana siyana. Tine update iri kuuya pano, update yema youth vari kuramba kutoti no zviri kuitwa navawikino chivhayo hazvisiri pamutemo. Mayouth ebato reZanu PF vari kutaura kuti zviri kuitwa navawikino chivhayo hazvisiri pamutemo, zviya zvekuda kuspenda mari 3.6 million, uye tikuda tagwere ati achaofa mastands kumandara ari worth mari yakawanda muri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona kuti ma MPs wanewo zvavanyora futi, tichaenda kwazviri ma MPs etriple C vakaenda kuparliament vachinzi ndo vari kumirira vanhu, because opposition inonga iripo pakumirira zvido zvevanhu ichiopoza ruling party. Pari kutadzikwa neruling party ndo payo peinonga iri kuda kugadzirisa muri yeZimbabwe. So tichaona kuti ma MPs aya akaenda achinomirira vanhu here kana kuti vakatoenda vari after money. Chinova chiricho chiratidzo chinoratidza kuti zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka. So muri yeZimbabwe tiri kuona panapa ndo tsamba yanyorwa nemayouth, Zanu PF Youth League. Iye tinoma chakairi ari pama 1, kana anyorwa nemayouth iye asiripo ari mamwe mayouth anyora anonga ari pama 1, because tiri kuona kuti akatombotaurwa nezvake naTemba Muliswa. Sinoziva kuti Temba Muliswa kana chingataura nyaya dzaanenge ataura muri yeZimbabwe dzinenge dzatogarirwa pasi, haangotangi nekungotaura, dzinenge dzatogarirwa pasi achitaura kuti tinoma chakaire, tinomuda machakaire iwewe, hausi kuprotecta president Emerson Mnangagwa, uye hausi kukurudzirawo mayouth kuti wange uchiwaudza kuti bill number 3 rakanakirei, uchingoumbiridzawo so kumayouth kwako iko because sezvo ndinoziva kuti tinoda machakaire ndiye minister of youth. So tiri kuona panapa muri yeZimbabwe panyowa mayouth ari kujamuka nenhaurwa iri kuitwa nawikino wachivhayo navakuda tagwere kuda kutenga ma MPs kuti vange vachivhota kuti waMnangagwa vange vachikwanisa kuenderera mberi neconstitution amendment bill number 3. So tiri kuona panapa kanyorwa kunzi in a formal statement dated 21 April 2026, the Zanu PF Youth League led by National Secretary Comrade Nomuda Machakaire strongly condemned reports of businessmen kudata gwerei facilitating the allocation of high value residential stand in Mandara to members of parliament MPs. Murikuona muri yeZimbabwe kudata gwerei ari kuda kuofa, but zvinhu zvacho zvinonetsa muri yeZimbabwe. Ndo zviya zvekungotaura chete zviya zvekudongoti pango vanhu vangovidzwa manyukunyuku chimwe then wongovhotera bill number 3 rakangodarika zvanenge zvatongovharana sezvo vakangoitwa kumacivil servants zvezvezvo ari macivil servants pakaita mbiri yekutoti wakwidziwa mari waita seba tiri kutoona nezuro manesi vanga vachiratidzira kutoti hapatorinakana nemari dzacho emhuri yezimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa chingatokwanisika ndo ma10,000 avari kutaura aya ekuti pamp yoga yoga angapiwa 10,000 chichi chimwe da kuofa nawa wikino chibva but youth league iri kurambirana nemashoko ya ndo mashoko akanyorwa apa mhuri yezimbabwe papress statement yavanyora iku yavareleasa for immediately released mhuri yezimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa pakanyorwa kunzi 120,000 per stand undermine the integrity of independence of parliament by creating a perception of undue influence and obligation to private interests asserting their role as the party vanguard. The Youth League called upon Parliament and relevant authorities to immediately halt the process, maintaining that MPs should only be supported through official constitutionally recognized mechanism. Tiri kuona pana pamhuri yezimbabwe ndo mashoko ari kutaurwa nemayouth emubato reZanu PF. Ndofunga muri kuona press yacho yanyorwa apa yatizokwanisa kuiwerenga press yacho because inenge yakanyorwa pa-A4 yakanyorwa nemashoko madiki diki emhuri yezimbabwe ndo mamirira zvakaita inenge yakanyorwa mashoko madiki diki. So tiri kuona pakanyorwa we have noticed a report calculation in the public domain, the businessman Dr. Kudata Gurei facilitating the allocation of residential stands and tofunga tukona panapa mhuri yezimbabwe pakanyorwa neka-A4 saka hatizokwanisi kunyasa kuzoverenga tinyasa kuona kuti zvinhu zvacho zvakamira sei. So toda kuti tiende kune mayouth CCC vanyora zvavanyora pano tiri kuona tsamba idzi dziri kunyorwa mhuri yezimbabwe zvina zvinomira zvakanaka. Tiri kuona panapa mayouth CCC vanyorawo panapa zviri pa-A4 futi but tichangoti tizviverengewo zvedu tione kuti zvakamira sei. So tiri kuona panapa pakanyorwa kunzi CCC party parliamentary shocked by Sewikno Chivayo ndiari kutaura posted on his official Facebook page on the 18th of April 2026. 20 April 2026 ndo panyorwa chi tsamba yemhuri yezimbabwe. West we acknowledge Sewikno Sanon track record as a philanthropist. We are highly concerned about the timing of such as a gesture at this critical stage in our political democracy as a nation, as a move toward the critical phase of the proposed amendment, the constitutional amendment bill number 3. Our party and our parliamentary leadership was never consulted or engaged regarding the proposed donation. As such, we feel it will be against our muri yezimbabwe runga muri kuona zvikuwerenga paka A4 hazvizonyasa kuoneka and expectation of the citizen of accept this donation. Therefore we argue Sewikno Chivayo to engage our party leadership soonest if in needed. His donation is for a good cause so that it can be directed to rightful and muri yezimbabwe tiri kuona panapa toti madonation akatonaka bhora rakatodini but tiri kuona kuti youth league yekubato reZanu PF iri kutaura kuti no zvinhu izvi vari kuda kupiwa vacho vakanzi vari kuenda kunomirira vanhu vari kuti aiwa zvinhu zvitori bo but youth league iri kutaura kutoti no zvinhu izvozvo hazvifanira kunge zviri zvinofamba zvakadaro. Tiri kuona kuti mari iyi iri kunzi inofanira kuenda sort of like kunogoverwa machemberewo kana kutoitawo something munyika chinobenefita ruzhinji rwenyika yezimbabwe noti kuda kutenga maMPs nezvinhu zvakasiyana siyana chinova chiricho chiratidzo chinoratidza kuti zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka muri yezimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa mabhasikoro aya akapiwa vanhu paya paya pakaipa muri yezimbabwe zvinhu zvacho zvinotombomira zvakanaka zvinenge zviri popota chaiche kunyatsaona kuti zvinhu zvacho chiko chiri kunyatsa kumboitika uye zvichazoguma nepi zvinhu izvi tatisikatombozivi kuti zvinhu izvi zvichaguma nepi. So tira kuti tinzwe makomboredi panapa vari kutaura nawadza vari kutaura, tinzwe kuti chii chikunyatsa kutora nzvimbo nepamusaka pe-constitutional amendment bill number 3 vanenge vachida kutraya kuonesa ruzhinji rwenyika yezimbabwe kuti chii chiri kutora nzvimbo. Regedzai tiwanzwe vachitaura pano, ndokutendai nekutera kwamaketa pano muri yezimbabwe. Ngatinzwei vachitaura.
Lord, that is going to be distributed here. Everyone is going to go through it. That got the land. What you mean?
You can buy land tomorrow and I can sell you land.
Which land again? I did not refuse. I'll be stupid to refuse that you can buy land. You can sell. Listen. Here's why I said you can sell me land. You can sell me. Yeah?
And
but
your name will appear on the deeds. Your name will appear there.
No, it's not. It's not going to do that.
All right. We'll talk.
I'm telling you what's going on.
All right.
How do you know?
Because that's what is going on at this moment in time. Everyone is in panic. Maybe you do not know about it.
No.
Why would I know?
Because if you know, actually you know. Everyone is in panic because what is going on.
But do you have title deeds to your land, When?
I mean, I don't have land. Okay. My father does.
Yeah, ask him if he has title deeds.
No, my father is not here.
Okay, ask your man.
I know the land that my father has title deed to, and I know the land that my father has for redistribution. Land for redistribution, I do not have title deed for that land.
All right.
So, Mina ours, we have title deeds. I just told you.
You've got a 99-year lease.
Yeah, that's the title deed. That's the deed.
No.
Guys,
title deed is what Amira is bringing now.
I know the difference between an offer, a lease, and a title. But you could not let me show you how they are transitioning that to the other.
A land that is title is not a distributed land anymore.
Thank you very much for everyone being quiet. If you allow me to explain a few things, Nkomazeti is right. Understand this. One of the fundamental things we have to understand is when we say title, it has to be a piece of paper which is bankable. At the moment, you cannot take an offer letter to a bank to get a loan so that you can invest. So that if you allow me, Masi.
No,
allow me.
What we're not talking
I am not talking about.
No.
Allow
me. I will
land. Because you're not understanding what we're talking about.
Guys.
Allow me, guys, to finish.
You cannot create your straw man argument. That is not what we said. You didn't even hear the end of what I said. I was stopped. I talked to the point where the one who has the title now finds another to swap through a different process, which is now donating the land because you have been unproductive. And I was getting to how now you move the offer to a title. So no one is talking about an offer being a title. I was going to tell you how they are transitioning that to the next.
Go ahead, Masi. I'm waiting to listen.
That is not, I'm not talking about that. Who out of us here cannot know the difference between a lease and a title? You're answering yourselves to a question, to something that wasn't said about us. I didn't say that.
But this is why we asked, are you talking about redistributed land?
But if you're asking, you would let the person who's talking talk. Did I finish what I was saying?
That's why we asked, are you talking about redistributed land, yes or no?
She hasn't even got there.
That's why we asked, are we talking about redistributed land?
You could stay away.
I said yes.
Therefore, there is no tie on redistributed land.
I'm telling you how it is becoming.
And she hasn't
the only
said
person
how.
who's putting time at this moment in time is Tagure's program.
So did you get to what I'm saying is happening?
So I do not know where the title is coming from.
You should have listened.
Because there is no title, Mercy. The only program that is bringing titles is Takure's program. Whoever is got a title.
And when it does finally come here, that is what was happening. Since I pendugela here.
Yes. Because Takure's program does not have, is the only one giving title to redistributed land. When you've got title, Mercy, you have got that redistributed land and it now is yours. You've got title.
All right.
That means you bought it or something at that time.
Keep thinking that.
If I have...
Because Zanu PF has always been honest. That what it will open for Buzen is exactly how they are getting it. Keep thinking that.
So if I'm given land, redistributed land in Plumtree, and I don't use that land, remember, I don't have a title to that land. How is that land given to the next person if the original person who was written there does not use the land?
The usage point comes is a letter on bringing by Zanu PF, and that is normally targeted.
Yeah,
it's not a general point. There's a lot of land that is not being used.
I'm asking you a specific question. I have land,
and I'm answering
not using it. It's being changed to a second person to use it.
That's what I'm saying. It's normally a targeted thing. It's normally a targeted thing. Someone has targeted your land.
So the land committee in the area is given notification of a change. And they change on their paperwork. They send the change to Harare to be effected. Mina, I pay you niggas land on the side. Then my name goes on that land mark that was yours. And I start applying for the deed.
This is why I'm telling you that these people are going to have a problem.
No, they won't. It's official.
Again, I'm telling you that at this moment in time, what Akira is doing two things. They're doing the titling bit, and they're doing the reworking of who holds it first.
The government is the one that is taking land from people that were given land.
Again,
the government.
No one, again, when did I say it's not the government? It's the government that does everything.
So why would
I'm saying to you,
then if the government is
because they are killing two birds with one stone.
How was this? The process that I asked you about is being done by the government. So why would it put people in trap?
Because you are able to turn around and circumnavigate the government process. It's been known for years. It's been known.
You don't understand my question.
How do you circumnavigate
the
corruption?
Spoken to you about is being done by government to redistribute land.
Yes.
So it's an official government policy.
Because
why would an official government policy get people in trouble?
There was let me show you. There was another government policy that came in a couple of years ago of turning around and saying you need farm managers in these lands. That was the government policy. But it was never implemented.
I'm asking a specific question.
I'm telling you that when you the policy that you're talking about is when you are able now to turn around and corrupt the system. But the process that is on today, as we are speaking, turns around and does two things. It titles and it turns around and searches. And they are targeting. This is why it's panic out here. This is why the war vets are turning around and coming out in force. Because it's able to turn around and take you out. If they find you and you are disliked and they find you with something that you turn around and quote, the idea now comes in to say, how could you get this? Because you could not transfer those things. Even if it was government policy, you could do it through the government, but you could not transfer. And that's why they're having problems with the accurate process. But you will see when the pilot finishes being a pilot and now is a program, you will see.
one of the biggest challenges with the fast track land reform program or this redistributed land is that a good chunk of it, the title deeds were not being held by the people who were occupying the white farmers, but rather they were being held by the banks who had lended money to these guys. This is one of the problems we have at the moment to try and turn around and come up with a proper land tenure system, because the parent deeds are elsewhere. So legally, there's a lot of things which need to be done, and there's a lot of payments which need to be done in order for us to come up. But otherwise, as things stand, an offer letter is not something which is transferable to your children. It's very subjective. Yes, we can have rhetoric, we can have whatever the Herald says and all that. But
It's
at the
not
moment,
transferring to your kids. That's what I was trying to tell you. That you're not transferring it to your kids or anyone. You are not doing that. You are donating the land. We are returning the land back to the government as an unused land. And there are people who are on the waiting list. So you, who is the holder of a land that is unused, gives it back to the government. And the government redistributes that piece of land to a new lease, to a new person.
so we are in total agreement, because the word is in
Right.
the label
Now,
to say it's a
from that
lease.
process now, they are identifying the ones that they are giving title to. So now, soon as you are already part of you are bumped from the list. You were never on the waiting list yourself. Let's say Mgini is the one who held that title. That's not title, that this, that offer letter. And Mgini has been sitting on it. Some have actually more than one. And he has not used it. Mgini gets approached, told Mgini, you have been not been using in their new land audit that they're doing. Now that land is going to be taken. But Mgini takes it back to the government. But the government already has who they are giving it to in the waiting list, in that waiting list. Something it does not get a transfer from you. You are putting as if you are transferring it between yourselves. You are not. But in between that process, where there is no record of money coming between you and Mgini, there is money transferring between the two of you, but it's not reflecting as you selling, because you never gave it to Mgini, you gave it to the government. The government then gave it to Mgini, who is said to have been in the waiting list. Then from there, that land is already land that would be titled. So Mgini jumps the queue from being a non-holder of any lease yesterday to now having been given that land. But Mgini already gets given that land to quickly start projects into that land. So now it's no longer an unused piece of land. It's not longer unused. It's used because Mgini is hitting the ground running, is deliberately placed there for that purpose. Mgini does it for 2 years. And Mgini, they've been doing it longer than that. That is how he is raising money. That is going to be used to loan the normal other people who go to get their loans from Takwire. But in the meantime now, he is raising the money through these transfers that are not registered. So you were a person who's being threatened, you lose it. So you end up getting two from Mgini. But Mgini pays them the government money that they don't register because he's paying Takwire. So he's raising that money through the acquisition of and redistributing a distributed land. So there are people who've been doing it for 2 years, 3 years. So before they put it out, they were already raising the funds.
This is why we are saying that Takure's process is meant to identify that. This is the problem that people are having at this moment in time. To say, where did you get the offer letter?
From
and
the
how did
government.
From the government?
Not
Okay.
from a person. You didn't swap from anybody.
Actually, offer letters really come from the government.
Yes.
So when the grace process comes along, it turns around and goes through the genealogy of the offer letter. How did you manage to jump the process?
It didn't jump the process. It's a person.
You would have. Actually, you are in the queue. But I remember, the queue has been in standby for over 5 years.
Yes.
They have never been any land put in.
And I'm telling
you. And what they are trying to cure at this moment in time, yeah, is how did you jump? If they find you that you have jumped, you lose it.
God.
That's why the great process is everyone is freaking out. And I'm telling you, if
Man, I've never had a single person freak out. Can you give us names of these people?
Anyway, we'll have this headache when the whole thing comes up again. And then we'll be dealing again with a lot of people who now own quite a lot of land that is titled. And we'll come back and say, how did they get it? How did they get it? We'll be back here. Because now we are taking the process here. Zanu PF is now turn around is nobody is willing to take their land and commit it to that for the price they are per ton.
But it's demand.
No. So yes, but you are now a state that is rented to produce for the world.
No. The question is, what do you want from the world?
No, listen.
This is what I'm saying. Why would you export? What's the whole point of exporting?
No. But then you call yourself an agroeconomy. Yet you are actually not making money. It's not a profitable enterprise.
It is for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but other people
Zimbabwe
would not
is getting. No. You have to say, Peter, why would you export? What is Zimbabwe wanting in exporting?
You're saying why would you export, or what would you intend?
No, why would you export?
No, you have to.
No, why? There is no one that says you have to export. There's a reason why you export.
You need forex.
Yes, Zimbabwe is a consumer of forex.
Yes,
a high consumer of forex. So the exporting now is not determined by them turning around and saying what. It's determined by what can get forex in here quicker.
So the market is the one that keeps pumping you with this false sense of security.
No. Your demand of forex is the one that is doing that.
But you could change product.
To what?
To a more profitable cash crop.
No. To when do you change? How long does it take for you to change a product when you are in demand of forex every single day? Your demand of forex every single day determines the ability for you to change. For you to change a tobacco farm into a different crop farm, it will take a good 10 years. But you still have this addiction of forex that you need every single day. You don't have you can't put a 10-year hold on your addiction. So your addiction is the one now that determines what you are trading.
So you can't change the product.
No,
because you already have a ready market.
No, you can't change the product because you need the forex. You're addicted to forex.
No, forex. If you need forex, what is causing you to keep holding that much real estate for a cheaper product when you could use the same real estate for a more expensive product? Is it because you do not have the market?
It's because at the moment you change product, it will take you longer for you to turn around and garner the same forex. First,
that
you have
you
to
were getting
plant
from that already marketed crop.
Yes, and the forex you need on a daily basis. Forex you need on a daily basis. Zimbabwe needs forex on a daily basis. These things bring forex. For you to change now your product to go a big profits, it will take you longer, and you can't. That gap of moving from one product to the other, you suffer here on your addiction of forex.
Because when you look at China, right, with tobacco, China is also one of the big players in growing tobacco, right? But China has a domestic market. About 80% of it is domestic. Then China goes into market to import for export. The rest of the other massive stake of tobacco that it now has in the market.
China pushes a lot. There's a problem with China. It's numbers you can confirm. and what it needs is not China. What it needs, it does not even supply to its own people. Yeah. So it's unknown. The numbers are fake. It is very insular and is addicted to forex. This is why it exports a lot as well. But in Zimbabwe's point, you can't move.
Okay, but explain this to me. Even if we were to consider that China manipulates, right? It creates its own command economics as well, right?
There are failures.
Yes, definitely. But how do we then account for the development that it is getting? It is
Which
doing
development?
in China.
No, it's not development in China.
Zeti, come on.
It's all an illusion. When China turns around and develops, it shows you towns